Welcome back to the second half of our show. This is the half of the contestants will be asked their own individual question they received prior to pageant day. So I'm going to take this microphone and walk towards the middle of the stage. And if you guys can open up the curtain, let's call out our first contestant, Kamara Gidron. Kamara, if you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be and why?
If I could have any animal as a pet, it would be a Highland cow because they're really cute and fluffy.
Thank you. Our first contestant in the 5th and 6th grade group, Reagan Ballinger. Reagan, where's your dream vacation, and what would you do first while you were there?
My dream vacation would probably be Germany because it's a big part of my mom and dad's side. And the first thing I'd do there is probably go to see the castles with my family because I just think that would be really fun.
Thank you. Next up is Sadie Cowell. Sadie, can you give me advice on how to be happy?
If I had to give advice on somebody how to be happy, it would be think of the positive instead of the negative and do things you like hang out with your family and friends, or do things you like color and read and write.
Yes.
Thank you. Next up is Kaylee Farrell. Kaylee, what would you do with $1 million other than give it to me, and why?
What I would do with $1 million is help people in need, make sure they have what they need, and just make sure they have the necessities.
Thank you. Next to the stage is Keely Gidron. Keely, if I gave you $50,000 to start your own business, what would it be and why?
If you gave me $50,000 to start my own business, it would be a hospital because I like to help people.
Very good, thank you. Next to the stage is Jasmine Jewell. Jasmine, if you could lead a parade through the hallways in school, what type of parade would it be and why?
If I could lead a parade through the school, I would have a sleepover/movie night parade. During the day or free break, we could have these people walking around handing out invitations, go and say, come bring a pillow, bring a blanket, stay over and watch a movie, eat popcorn and hang out with friends.
Thank you. First up in the 3rd and 4th grade group is Emma Adams. Emma, describe how your best day at school would be.
My best day at school would be later than usual so I can sleep in. Once you get to school, gym would be outside for 40 minutes. We would go to lunch, and lunch would be meals from KFC and Applebee's. Then we would go to class, and we would learn in social studies more about the 3 branches of government. Then we would go to assembly that Lionheart was throwing in the auditorium. And then we would go to library, and instead of getting 2 books, we would get 3 books. We would, instead of riding the bus home, I would ride my bike to to the ice cream shop with my friends and get my favorite ice cream, chocolate chip cookie dough. And I would ride my bike home and lay on the couch for an hour or two, and then I would eat vegetable noodles with chopsticks for dinner.
It's a pretty full day. Good job. Next to the stage is May Eisenberg. May, how would you cheer up a sad friend?
If I saw my friend that was sad, I would ask them if they're okay, sit with them on the bench for a couple minutes, and ask them if they want to play.
Very good, thank you. Next to the stage is Zania Gidron. If you were a dessert, what would you be and why?
I would be a dessert because my grandma makes the best strawberry shortcake.
Thank you. Next up is Victoria Magera. Victoria, if you were a genie in a bottle and could grant one wish, what would you wish for and why?
If I were a genie in a bottle, I would wish for homeless people to have a house, and because so they could have shelter.
Very good, thank you. Next up to the stage is Emma Peak. Emma, you're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be and why, and what would your color be named?
If I were a new addition to a crayon box, my color would be a mix of pink and gold. The glitter, too. The pink is for my love of flamingos, which are one of my favorite animals. The gold is for my little cousin Addie, who we lost due to childhood cancer. And the gold is also because that is the color of the ribbon for childhood cancer. And the glitter is because who doesn't love glitter? I would name this color Golden Flamingo. Thank you.
As you guys can probably imagine, these girls are covered in glitter, and every one of them wanted to give me a hug when we first got here, and I said, don't touch my suit with glitter, because we know glitter gets everywhere. Next to the stage is Gabby Piper. Gabby, if you could choose one song to play every time you walk into a room, what would you choose and why?
If I had to choose one song to play every time I walk into a room, I would choose Shake It Up by Taylor Swift. I have chosen this song because it has a positive message to all of us could benefit from having more often. Shake it up. Public speaking is really hard for me and in my comfort zone. However, I can dance and shake it off and just remember to try my best, and in the end, that's all that matters.
Awesome. Next to the stage is Aria Wood. What is your favorite quality in a person and why?
My favorite quality in a person is when someone is funny and really nice. And the reason why is because if they are funny and making me and I'm in a bad mood, and they try to lighten the mood, I would be happy, because that's what happens most of the time. I'd be happy if I'm mad after they make a joke.
All right, our first contestant in the first and second grade group is Kennedy Farrell. How would you welcome a new student to school?
Sit by them at lunch and play with them at recess.
Thank you. Next up is Adeline Keel. If someone new came to our town, where is the first place you would take them and why?
If it was the Maple Syrup Festival, I would take them to the tractor pull. A fun fact is I have 4 generations of family that pull. If it wasn't the Maple Syrup Festival, I would take them to the Sugar Bush because that's where the maple syrup is made.
Thank you. Next to the stage is Taryn Powell. Taryn, if you could change one rule, what would it be and why?
If I could change one rule, it would be that kids can bring their pets to school and help them learn.
Very good, thank you. I think she thought I was going to ask her one more question. I may have been joking with her that I was going to ask her one more question. I think she took me very seriously. The question was going to be, who's her second favorite police officer? Because her dad's number 1, and I think I might be like 1.2 or 3. Next to the stage is Brooklyn Tang. Brooklyn, do you think money can buy happiness? Why or why not?
If we play for family, friends, we forget all about it. We don't buy stuff we love. We buy stuff we need, and we don't buy stuff we don't need.
Thank you. And our last contestant is Lexi Merwin. Lexi, how would you sell hot cocoa in Florida?
Well, I would sell it just like I do in Michigan, because in the summertime, I drink hot cocoa, and sometimes other people do in the summertime in Michigan. So why wouldn't, in Florida when it's hot, why wouldn't they drink hot cocoa when it's hot there?
Seems reasonable to me. Good job. You know, it's very hard to get on stage again when you're all by yourself. So let's give them one more round of applause. As our judges are tallying up their scores, let's welcome to the stage the contestants for the 2024 Maple Syrup Queens Pageant. Their scores were made up of a combination of interview questions, a personal statement, and an About Me board. But right now, I'm going to ask them some questions about things that they're prepared for. Contestant number 1, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Veronica Getford. I'm a senior here at Shepherd, and my sponsor is Fig and Cedar Beauty Company.
Thank you. Contestant number 2, tell us about yourself.
My name is Madeline Hayworth. I'm a sophomore at Shepherd, and my sponsor is Shepherd Insurance Agency.
Very good. Number 3, same question.
My name is Fallon Winnie. I'm a senior at Shepherd High School, and my sponsor is Heirloom Grove.
And last but not least, number 4.
My name is Evelyn Shattuck. I'm a junior at Shepherd High School, and my sponsor is A&K Laundry Basket.
Since we're already down here, you're going to be contestant number 1 for question number 2. What school or extracurricular activity events are you involved in?
I do spring girls soccer, and I participate in the theater club.
Very good. Same question for you, Fallon.
I am a sideline and competitive cheerleader, as well as a part of the Alma Chapter FFA, and I also participate in the musicals.
Very good. Maddie, you're up.
I participate in girls golf, shepherd pom, and track and field. Some clubs that I do are book club, BPA, history club, and Rotary club.
And Veronica.
I participate in Shepherd sideline and competitive cheer, along with varsity track and field.
Very good. Let's give a round of applause. The last question I have for you ladies. What is your favorite part about the Maple Syrup Festival?
My favorite part about the festival is seeing the whole community come together for the weekend and just celebrate, along with going to ride rides with friends.
I have to tag along with Ronnie's answer, but I also enjoy seeing them bond over something they all share in common and going garage sailing.
I enjoy seeing the people from all the different cities and surrounding counties come for one festival.
My answer is kind of like theirs. I like seeing the community come together and everyone have fun, and I like going to ride the rides.
All right, so the scores were all added up. It was things that took place last week. Olivia Sinaway, our previous queen, is going to be the one who crowns these ladies. And so our first two positions are that of court member. Our first court member is Evelyn Shattuck. Our second court member is Maddie Hayworth. Our first runner-up is Veronica Gepford. And our 2024 Maple Syrup Festival Queen is Miss Fallon Winnie. Let's give our contestants a round of applause. Thank you, ladies. We would now like to recognize a few people who made this day possible. Our judges, Gina Gross, Christy Mead, and Jamie Mitchell. our tech crew, Jason Davis, Logan, Josh, and Jordan. Backstage helpers, Riley Bendeley, Kylie Morey, Olivia Morey, and Stephanie Morey. And most of all the parents and family involved in this year's pageant. I'd like now to welcome all the young ladies back on stage. And as we finish up the final tally of the scores, you guys can spread out a little bit. You don't have to be in all one big bunch. There you go, good job. So I'm gonna ask you guys some questions about what is your most favorite part about this year's pageant?
Probably, I had fun seeing the homeless people and helping them and giving them and playing with the kids.
Awesome. Let's go to the back. What was your most favorite part about the festival pageant?
My favorite part about the pageant is getting to be with and meeting the other girls.
You really want to answer this, don't you? I can tell. What was your favorite part about the pageant?
Making new friends.
That's awesome. I'll ask both of you. What is your favorite part about the pageant?
My favorite part is volunteering because you always get to volunteer at 2 places.
My favorite part was meeting new friends and getting to hang out with other people.
Very good. You guys are all looking at me. You're wondering who I'm going to choose. What was your favorite part about the pageant?
My favorite part about the pageant was probably the community service because I just like doing a bunch of things for other people.
Very good. Taryn, what was your favorite part about the pageant?
When
There you go.
I had fun.
Fun is good. That's okay. It should be fun, right? What was your favorite part about the pageant?
Hanging out with friends.
Hanging out with friends. Brooklyn, what was your favorite part?
Everything.
She took the mic out of my hands for that one-word response. Who else has an idea? Who else would like to... Oh, we got a lot of people that want to jump in here. Let's just pass it down the road.
My favorite thing about the pageant was asking myself and friends, would we do the community service if we weren't in the pageant, and just hanging out with them and asking questions randomly like, what's your favorite color?
My favorite part about the pageant was doing the community service because I like donating stuff, like the bookmarks to the library.
My favorite part of the pageant was making new friends.
My favorite part about the pageant was all of the practices we did when me and some of my friends would talk about random things like, for one, jelly beans.
My favorite part about the pageant was hanging out with my directors.
My favorite part about the pageant was meeting new friends and having fun.
I think she just dimed out her friend. Kamara, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part about the pageant was watching every little girl succeed because it just brings me joy.
My favorite part of the pageant was being able to hang out with Miss Sarah and Katie and my friends.
Perfect. Does anybody else have something they want to say? All right, so why don't you guys like get in a nice line of how you're supposed to be. These are you guys as kids, not mine, and they are like a bunch of rugrats back here. That's okay. They're your rugrats, that's true. They're definitely not going home with me. All right, do we have the scores? Ah, they're on the podium. Okay. Imagine that. All right. I'd like to start off by giving this special award to someone who has definitely earned it. This young lady has gone above and beyond every practice. Been dedicated in helping Miss Katie and Miss Sarah and all the girls involved, assuring everyone who wasn't quite ready, someone who is always smiling and making sure everyone laughs with her cheerful attitude. Our Miss Congeniality this year is Sadie Cottle. All right, we're going to start with the first and second grade. Our first runner-up, actually before we do that, hold on, add notes. Because those presenting the crowns this year are going to be our princesses from last year. That's going to be Olivia Hipkins, Bella Saunders, Michaela McGregor, and Brianne Smith. All right. So, our first runner-up in the first and second grade group is Lexi Berwick. Our princess in the first and second grade group is Adeline Keel. Now on to the third and fourth grade group. Our first runner-up is Harriet Wood. 4th grade group is Emma Adams. Our first runner-up in the 5th and 6th grade group is Jasmine Jewell. Our 5th and 6th grade princess is Kaylee Farrell. And last but not least, our 7th and 8th grade princesses, Kamara Gidron. This is your 2024 Princess Court. How about a round of applause for all the girls who had the guts to get up here and try it? That's the conclusion of our program. Please feel free to come up and take pictures, and have a good night.